Shalom. First and foremost, giving God praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to elaborate some more upon the word recompense, because after finishing doing my video on edifying words on this word recompense, I realized that there is a word that actually appears within the word recompense, and that word is compense. Now, when you look at the word compense is short for what? It is short for the word compensation. So recompense, the recompense could actually be recompensation. Okay, now compensation is when, you pay back something for a loss or a harm done to somebody. Now, recompensation is when you're repaying that back again. So these devils, so the Lord is going to give us recompense in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Meaning the Lord's going to give us the power to get our recompense in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Furthermore, when you look up the word recompense means to make amends for a loss or a harm done to someone or somebody, or to someone or somebody. In this case, the nation of Israel. Because for 400 plus years, we're really starting since the time of the Greeks, Antiochus. We're really starting with the Greeks all the way up until now. We have been catching nothing but trouble from these Edomites. Okay? And in today's society, where we're facing all kind of unrighteous decrees, there's no justice in this society. Our people is being murdered by the police. And then they're passing all these draconian laws and legislations just to make your life even more difficult than what it needs to be. Some of us, our children come up missing, our women come up missing, and then you go to the police, you tell them, you describe to them, what happened. And then what? 2 or 3 months later, they still have not found your woman or your missing child, right? You've been worried sick for them for 3 months. 3 months. And you know what the police got to say to you? Forget about them. They're probably dead by now. Or if not, they'll tell you that they're still looking into the case. But behind closed doors, they've given up on it. But now, if this was a so-called white person, an Edomite that came up missing, they'll be looking, they'll be searching for that person for nearly a whole year. But let an Israelite, a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indian come up missing or kidnapped. You're not going to hear about that no more, man. That's happened, These devils are responsible for a lot of deaths that go on amongst our nation. Our people having cancer, they're getting very sick when they get up in age. They might have gangrene and have to have a leg or an arm amputated. They're in wheelchairs. They got to be on crutches for the rest of their life. They putting our people on the front lines when it comes to these wars. Okay, to these different battlefields, these different wars. They're putting our people on the forefront out there to get blown to pieces. And then when our people come back with a missing arm or a missing eye, or our people might be mentally unstable, suffering from shell shock, from constantly having to hear explosions going off at night, they get something called, what is it called, veteran pay? Which veteran pay is really just hush money, keeping the veterans happy. There's all kind of wicked things that happen amongst our people, And man, don't get me started on these prison systems. These prison systems are so corrupt. And these devils, these Edomites, they allow our people to do all kind of wicked stuff in these prison systems. I'm talking about sodomy, men giving other men head in there, men getting their manhood taken from them because they in these prison systems getting bent over, getting Kool-Aid smeared on their lips, got them smelling all sweet and shit. In some cases, they even let certain men in prison grow out their hair just to make them more woman-like. It's outrageous. In some cases, they allow certain gang wars to happen in prison. They smuggle certain drugs in prison, so the prisoners can still, sell drugs amongst other gang members in prison. It's just all kind of wicked stuff that go on. And don't get me started on Israelite women, okay? There's some Israelite women who get raped in these prison systems by the prison guards. Here it is. Your woman might be getting locked up for something that she may not even have anything to do with. And then she's getting raped by a prison guard in prison? Come on, man. Then a couple of months later, they find out she's innocent. Then they want to release her. But wait a minute. Somebody was upping your woman while she was in prison. That's wicked. But these kind of things go on in this society. Israelite children get kidnapped. They end up being sex slaves for the rest of their lives on Pedophile Island. And in some cases, some of them grow up to be human sacrifices to Molech and all these other false gods that the Illuminati worship. So this kingdom is wicked, man. But guess what? The Lord said that in the book of 1 Thessalonians 1:6, he's going to give our nation recompense. That's going to start with the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? The elect of the nation of Israel. The Lord is going to give his people, the Israelites, recompensation for all the loss and the harm done to them by giving them the power to return that loss and that harm done to them back on their enemies by giving his people spiritual power, starting with the elect. Because when Yahushua returns, he's going to get the first slice of the cake. He's going to be the first one to get his recompense, his recompensation. Okay? And then afterwards, when his elect men, you know, and then afterwards, the Lord is going to give his elect men spiritual power. And guess what? The Lord's elect men, they're going to go around getting their paybacks. Because ultimately, the word recompense means to pay back. And the word, okay? Yeah. The word recompense means to pay back, because re means back or again, and compense, which means to make which means to pay or to make amends for a harm or a loss done. So the word compensate means to give in exchange. But recompensation is to pay back for our loss or something. You know, for a loss or harm done to somebody. So the Lord is going to give us a recompense. You know, however, we can only hope to be of the elect. Because we know that starting with the elect, well, we know that starting with Yahushua, when Yahushua returns, Yahushua is going to get his payback on his enemies for what they did to him 2,000 years ago. And then the Lord is going to give his elect men spiritual power so they can get their paybacks on their enemies for everything they have done to us. Okay, especially on this side, in this generation, especially in this generation. And that recompense is going to be paid back in righteousness. Okay? Taking this one moment. Okay, and when we do get our recompense, guess what? It's going to be in righteousness. Okay? That means that we're not going to go around committing pedophilia. We're not going to be buck breaking. We're not going to be committing adultery. Okay? Our recompense is going to be done in righteousness. Okay, that means, because you know, come on, we're going to be, Lord's will, if we're of the elect, we're going to have spiritual power. We're going to be flying around, zapping people with lightning, shooting fireballs out of our hands, teleporting, you know, turning the ground into quicksand and making people drown to their death. You know, we're going to be zapping people with excruciating hot water coming out of our hands. We're going to be summoning lightning down from the heavens. We're going to be burning people with pure concentrated light coming from our mouths, from our eyes. We're going to be doing some out of this world kind of stuff. Okay? And that time is near. That time is very near. All we have to do is continue to be patient, brothers. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. It's on to the next one.